This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Alrighty. Let's see there, Sean Stanley. There we go. Now we got him. How you feeling, baby? You feeling good?
Feeling great, oh. Second week of vacation's almost up. Got to go back to work soon, but hey, man, I've been having a good time.
That's right. Get your shit straight, slacker. Let's go. Get back to work. All right, let's go. We need 800 stories a week. Back to writing. I was going to ask you, did you think Jonathan Feliciano was going to have the NFL career he had when he left the University of Miami at that time?
You know, I didn't think he would play as long as he did because he wasn't a guy that was physically dominant. I thought he'd be a guy who probably played for a few years as a backup, maybe 4 or 5 years, and eventually that was it. But he had a great career, and you talk about Al Golden and the time that he was here, that maybe he didn't really elevate the program. He got guys like Jonathan Feliciano into the NFL. He found them. Feliciano wasn't a very highly regarded prospect coming out of high school, out of Davie Western, but he developed into a pro. And there's a lot of good offensive linemen that came out of Miami under Al Golden's tutelage. So, but good guy. I enjoyed covering Feliciano in high school. Enjoyed covering him at UM, and even as a pro. When I had him on my podcast once, came on to come back and talk to me a little bit about life in the NFL and all that kind of stuff. And happy for him. Glad that he made it as far as he did.
Sean, pull up the email I just sent you. Because, I know he retired. He just retired, and it's a 9-year career. So I go into my iPhone. This is fucking 9 years later. I go, all right, let me just spin. And I went to 2015. So I go, let me see if I can find, because I know I think it was Brandon Rodriguez, my producer then. Mm-hmm. And he took a picture of me interviewing Jonathan Feliciano. I look just like them, by the way. I do.
At that time, yeah.
I literally weighed 295 pounds at that time. Seriously, yeah. I'm not kidding around. And I'm sitting there with Chicolo and Feliciano, and there's one more guy. Sean, if you can pull up the pic, so I'm pretty sure you should have it by now. He's trying to pull it up now. Here we go.
Oh wow!
Can you tell? You know which one is me? Obviously, I'm the one with the pony.
Yes.
Obviously, Feliciano's to my left. Chicolo is to my right with his head down. Who's the guy? Who's the guy in front of me?
That's another offensive lineman, and I'm trying to remember who he is off the top of my head. Like getting a good look at him, I got to look at the names, and I can tell you right off the bat who it is. I got to go back to the roster.
This is in Orlando. No, in St. Pete at the East West Shrine game in 2000.
I think that's Tyler Horn.
I
think that's Tyler Horn.
Might be. I mean, you know what, Sean? Look at the 2015.
No, that's Shane McDermott. Shane McDermott.
Okay. Yep. All right. Or maybe it's 2016 East West, because it's in January. 2016 East West Shrine roster, and who's that? UM are there, but I got to tell you that at that moment, I didn't think that Jonathan Feliciano was going to have a 9-year NFL career and play at a very high level. He wasn't just like a fill-in or anything.
No.
He became a legit super solid starter.
Yeah, I mean, he how many games did he end up starting his career? I'm looking this up now as you're talking about him. 61 career starts, 113 games played. Again, I think credit to Al Golden, because this is a guy, I think his offers were like FIU and San Diego State or something like that. Akron maybe were the schools that were after him, I remember. And at the time when Miami signed him, like, oh, here we go. Miami signing these no-name offensive linemen, these reaches, because they can't get good players to come to the program, especially in light of what happened with Nevin Shapiro. Remember, that was during the Shapiro scandal years.
The freeze.
That's right. And the guy played absolutely phenomenal. I think he started 8 games as a redshirt freshman, 12 as at left guard the following year, and all 13 the year after that before going to the pros. So consistent performer out of New York originally. Came down to South Florida. Told me about that, moving down here with his mom and that whole transition. But tough kid, and again, congrats for a great career.
Yeah, man, great career. And you know what I love about how he retired? He told San Fran and the Bills, not the Raiders that drafted him, but San Fran and the Bills, that, hey, you guys make it to the playoffs and you need some help, I'll be there. But he was so upfront that he knew his body couldn't hold up for another year of pounding, that he didn't want to commit to a year that he may not be able to live up to.
Yeah.
And I thought, dude, here's Jimmy Butler, who is un descarado completamente, and being paid and not trying. And here's a guy that probably could have gotten away signing a 1-year contract and, half-assed it. And he no, but I'll be ready for the playoffs if one of you guys need me. I thought that's pretty stand up on his part, bro. It's pretty cool. Pretty damn cool.
And a guy that was pretty selfless throughout his career, put his body through a ton of being an NFL offensive lineman. What else more do you need to say, right? You're going to get guys rolling up on you, playing through pain, all that kind of stuff, and
and he suffered Al Golden,
and he suffered through the Al Golden years, correct?
And poor Chicolo, man, he was played out of place. I wonder if somebody plays him from the get-go where he belongs, that give him the better, career / platform to then succeed at the next level. You know what I mean? Because that was rough, man. That was rough.
Those years were really tough on the kids, and I remember just the level of excitement at first with a lot of the local guys, and including Chicolo, when they were coming out of high school. They thought, man, we're going to be the guys who turn around Miami, and they just became another group of guys that thought that was going to happen and failed, and unfortunately didn't end well. But I'm glad they at least got to be professional athletes. Duke Johnson made himself a great NFL career as well. A guy that was a big time recruited part of that class. Chicolo, Feliciano. I mean, that class, when you go back and you look at it, pretty good years in terms of NFL guys.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Hey, by the way, is there anything going on facility wise? Any new things going on with the facilities?
No, I mean, they really slowed down that process because of NIL, in terms of them wanting to prioritize that, signing players and spending the money first towards that. So I know that my last conversation with some of the management at Miami was, we're tabling it for later. Eventually they do want to get back to building a football home of the future, super high end. But I think right now it's more on the back burner versus up front.
Okay. All right. By the way, Carson Beck having interesting issues with his car.
Yeah.
And one of the Cavender twins, although they found hers.
Yes. Unfortunately for Carson, his car, his Lambo, I guess, has not been returned. They had the car stolen a couple days ago, I guess. And one of them, Hannah Cavender's car, as you said, was returned, the Mercedes. So, look, athletes have been targeted. A lot of them have been targeted here. It's not just them. Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Joe Burrow, Luka Doncic in the NBA, Bobby Portis. Guys have had their cars stolen. And apparently there's a ring out there, that South American ring, that they've been doing this, targeting athletes. And
somebody just got hit again. Somebody just got, read it somewhere this morning. Somebody just got jacked. 2 players just got jacked. Yeah.
So it's happening quite frequently. And but look, the nice thing for Carson Beck and Hannah Cavender is, I'm sure somebody is going to get them a new car. There'll be somebody else willing to lease Carson a brand new Lambo and say, "Hey, man, you know what? We got you. You're our star quarterback down here."
Yeah, I'm sure that's not gonna be. But damn, dude, they stole both his cars and one of the Cavender twins.
They're still living in a nice $5 million home near UM, so I wouldn't feel too bad for them.
No, I wouldn't. Rough night. You get your car stolen, and then the Twins go 7 of 23 last night, 0 of 4 from 3-point range. They had 8 turnovers also. So although I saw that from Georgia in that area, they were saying that his cars also get intercepted.
Yeah, he threw quite a lot of picks last season, but I think part of that was the bad receivers that he had. He didn't have a great receiver room. They also led college football in drops. So when they're unreliable out there and not really helping you out, you tend to throw more picks than you probably should.
Yeah, but it was still a funny ass line, so I had to say.
I loved it. It was perfect timing.
It was just absolutely great. By the way, don't forget to use our code BIG010 at Caneswear, and they are at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, right next to La Spada Subs. And again, BIG010, you will get 10% off. And if you order online over $99, you will get free shipping. And Jeff and the boys, they get that thing out right away. So when you order, they ship it, and you'll get it within a day or 2 or 3. Telling you, it's crazy how fast they ship out. So check it out there at caneswear.com.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.